Alright, we're going to make 2 sides, and then we need a back. Hopefully I had a pencil work there. We need 2 backs. And then we need a bottom.
What do you need 2 backs?
A back and front.
Oh.
You know, I just call it 2.
Okay.
I need 2 of these.
2 bottoms?
A bottom and top.
Okay.
And we'll worry about that part. So that we need 4 pieces: a bottom, a top, of 2 sides, and a front and a back. So let's get the measurements on that.
And this is your sample.
Yes. Our sides. 19.5 inches tall and 19.5 inches wide. So it's a square, perfect square, 19.5 by 19.5. Carry this thing. I already know it's 19.5 by 9.5. And top, this will go. Bottom goes inside. It covers that. Okay, so the bottom 9.5. Well, 19.5 by 9. See, no, the bottom's going to go inside, so I'll take off half, then it should be 18.5.
Hi everybody, Susan and Jerry, Butler Family Farm. We're out in the shop to do our project for the hashtag Building Skills Collaboration. More about that a little bit later in the video, but we are doing some measurements. We're going to get our wood and start cutting, so hang in there with us. So we have the measurements on the plywood that we brought in. It's 3/4 inch thick, and we've got both sides measured out, and we have the top and the bottom measured out. And this piece here is top and bottom, sides. What was this piece going to be?
That last piece will be the bottom.
The bottom.
We have back, side, front, back, bottom.
Yes, 2 sides, front and back. Oh, and then the bottom. And then we have a piece of wood that is hiding from us at the moment that we want to use for the top. But it will come to us where it's at.
Alright. I'm gonna rip this down, this piece of plywood. I've got my measurements for my 2 sides, my front and my back. I got enough for the bottom. I got my other board to make the top, which I'll do later. So you want to hold that piece down there and be sure that it doesn't hit the table. Check this. This is where the line's at. Go and check, make sure you got plenty of room all the way down. Okay?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, so I could set my shop splits up with a table saw and go through all those motions, but it would take another probably 4 hours to get it all set up because we don't have enough room in this shop. It's a small shop. So we're going to do what we can do. Huh?
We don't have the mics.
You know the what? I don't know. That's what I'm talking live about. Hopefully they hear it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start cutting. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, now we'll cut this off. And set it aside because we wouldn't use it for railing. Okay? So this is going to fall off.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Now we're going to cut the 2 side splits. Ready?
Yep.
Am I going to miss it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You know what?
What?
We haven't told everybody what we're making for our building skills class.
We were gonna make a beehive, but I didn't have the right size boards, which I would have had to take and miter 2 boards together and get them going. We didn't have enough time to do this because we've been cutting hay and raking hay, and so this project got pushed off to the back for a little while. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to make the beehive. But I need another bee trap, and so we're making a bee trap. So this will be, and we get to use Jason's front door that he made for us on 3D. We're gonna add that to this hive also. So this will be another bee trap, and we'll put it out in the tree line and see if we can get another trap of bees.
Swarm,
yes. Okay, so let me think here. And this is basically a, I don't want to say crude, but it's a homemade trap, so it doesn't really have to be perfect.
but we want everything to fit together.
Right. So we're gonna put that there, and then I'm gonna, let's see, we'll put this on here. Grab that other board, Susan. Put that underneath that edge there, and line it up. Maybe this table may be off a little bit, so.
But
Yeah. All right, so we gotta. Okay. Did you line up with it?
yeah, my corners are
Okay.
good.
All right. Okay, grab that board.
Say it again.
What?
Say it again.
You say what again?
I'm getting the top. I'm getting one of the
The
sides.
sides.
He's
Hold it.
already put.
Hold it right there.
He's already put a thin layer of glue.
Okay, hold it. Okay. This is gonna be the top. Okay, so hold that. Lift your end up a little bit.
And now we're stapling it. We had to wait for the air compressor so we didn't subject you to that rattle.
Okay. Turn it around. Turn that's your side. And
What kind of glue are you using?
this is regular wood glue. It's a little thick because it's been sitting out here in the heat and
Cold.
in the cold and stuff. I was putting it on by finger.
And we're gluing and stapling
For what? For security. To make it strong, yes. And the glue will help make it watertight too. Once some bees move in, they'll pulverize any kind of little openings there is anyways. Even though they're only in there temporary, they're still gonna, they don't like to have any openings, they'll seal them all up. I'm talking to people. You know, every time I do a bunch, I don't concentrate on the camera, I just do what I'm doing. Okay. So, what's let me see again in a second. This is the top now, so line it. Oh, shoot, if it hurt. Line that up at this end.
Our local high school still has wood shop classes, but it's not a common thing anymore in the high school,
Okay, but then
like when it was when I was a kid.
I don't have enough. Okay. Get the other side. That's not it. That's not it.
That's the top. It's right here.
Okay. This is their bottom. This is the top. So be sure this edge is side. Now hold, take it off there. Okay, grab that side. Line up that top right edge. Set it down. Okay, so we may have to pull this in a little bit. Hold it there. Oops. Move your ears, move your hand.
During the intermission, Jerry asked me how I knew that our high school had wood shop classes. And I know of a young lady that took them several years ago when she was a junior and or senior, I think. And I also asked the bonus grandson about it when he was attending school.
Okay.
Right?
So that's the box. I gotta get a pair of pliers. Pliers aren't here. I got a staple that came out. Here I go. Needles. It came out of the side here.
Oh.
I don't want that to be in a place somebody can get injured on.
That would be you. It was in there.
Hope so. There you go. Okay. Okay, so this we take this and set this down.
Turn it over. Turn it over what?
Turn it over, put the top on the bottom, bottom on top.
Okay.
So I can get, oh shoot. So, this is going to fit inside of that.
Measurements for the bottom.
Hold that right there. Oh, where'd it go? Got it?
Yes.
Hold it right there.
Yep.
What?
You brought
The red?
the door piece. In that blue bag, straight ahead.
Door piece. Oh, he brought the whole bag out. Okay.
That's what I told him to do.
Okay. All right, so what's here? So that's the top. This is the bottom. And it's going to fit in here, and it's going to probably be tight. I hope. Here, little hammer. Make sure I'm not stapling with just air. Okay. There's the box. We gotta drill the hole, put the cover on it, and then we gotta make the roof go on it.
I'm interrupting this video to do a collaboration commercial. I just wanted to tell everybody watching that this collaboration building skills has been going on since the 1st of June. So you're watching our video on the 28th. If you've not seen any of the others, please go to Tammy's channel, Mtn Grandma, for the playlist. Go to Lynda at another time for the playlist, or Jan at Simply Jan, and get the playlist and watch those videos. They're pretty amazing. They got some really interesting things that I hadn't thought about. And I still have a few more to watch myself. But if you like what you're watching in that video, please leave a thoughtful comment, because that will put you into the comment part of the giveaway. Speaking of the giveaway, it is on July 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. And you all have to figure out the others if you're out of those 2 time zones. But July 2nd. There's prizes, I think, for the comments and that are pulled from the videos, people's favorite. But, and I'm going to have to read this. The big, final grand prize is going to be a 20 volt, max cordless 4-tool combo kit that includes battery and charger. A $350 value. My gosh, that's awesome. And some of the videos could use something like that. You know, they had their tools, but you know, you can always use more. So you need to check out all the videos that the creators have done. I do have a list in the description box. And on with Butler Family Farms video. What are you doing?
I'm making handles for the front and the back to be able to pick it up.
Oh, that's a good idea. They're scrap lumber.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit too long. hammer because that's my rest is off.
Oh.
Alright. It's not rocket science.
It's the comfort in for these.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then when they get moved over to the front, then they get moved into the Wyndham
The
Garden.
Riviera.
The Riviera.
6 inches down. 6 inches down. Almost out of here. That will still work. Aha.
Ah, perfect.
Okay, so now I'm gonna make that top. I will work for that. And this is strap. Scrap goes in the burn pile. Alright, so where is my other piece of wood we have?
Right down there at the end.
Okay, so it has to be 19, actually it has to be 19 5/8, so it has movement. 19 5/8 long.
It's pretty good. We're recycling, you know, wood that we've had for a
Recycle,
while.
usually refurbished. Not
Yeah.
really. This is new wood.
It is.
I took wood out of my project list, project things, and used it for this.
Well, just, you know, this project was needed before the one you had.
If anybody wants to make a beef trap box and you want the measurements, just, you know, email me and I'll be more than happy to do a diagram for you. But this is I'm doing this off of my own
Box.
box that I have.
That's
Box.
because you actually have a second place that you can put a trap up,
Right.
and we haven't been able to because we didn't have one. So
Okay, so you're gonna hold that right there, please. And you turn that off. We're gonna be sawing. They don't need to hear sawing.
I forgot. This is very important. This collaboration, Building Skills, is being hosted by Lynda at Another Time 2023, Tammy, MtnGrandma at MtnGrandma, and Jan at Simply Jan Homestead. These ladies have pulled their resources and gathered up a bunch of creators to post videos all through the month of June. And I would like to thank each and every one of them for allowing us to be participants of this collaboration. It's a unique one so far. I've not seen one or been a part of one in Building Skills, and I really did enjoy the videos I've seen so far, and I'm going to finish up watching the rest of them. So back to the video.
At the top. Now we make sides for it.
The sides help stabilize the.
Well, it helps keep it keeps a drip edge over it. I don't have a piece of metal. Like they would have a piece of metal. I have a piece of metal makeup put on it. So we're just gonna go with this.
But when it rains and whatever, it keeps it from, you know, dripping in. It kind of likes to make a short eave, roof eave. So we're still working on the side pieces to the top, and he's going to use the bandsaw and just getting it all set up.
They're the right size. Cool. Okay. So this is the top. This should be. I messed up my measurement. So now.
We put
This
the ends
one
on
here.
first. Yeah, put those guys on first. Top and bottom, and then the
And
side.
those. Right. That's how it should go on.
Yep.
So hold it there. A little space. Okay, we turn the air compressor back on, and then we'll have to turn off the video so the camera until it. Okay.
Great. Okay, so he's putting the frame. He's putting the frame pieces, the cover pieces, I don't know what you call them.
The edges, the drip edges.
The drip edges.
And that staple came out through the top.
Everything else stayed in. When we do quilts, we put in the borders, we put the top and bottom border on first and then the sides, but he's working his way around in a circle.
This is not critical. This is just a thing to catch bees.
Well, protection.
It rocks a little bit. It rocks a little bit.
When you buy them in the store, they come at a bee supply place. They would come like this, but then they would also have a piece of metal on the sides
there.
and the top. We have a couple
Like
of
that?
that. Yeah. But this is going out.
It's in the weather.
Huh?
It's gonna sit out in the weather.
Right. So we'll probably cover it later, but right now it's good for the trees that it's going to go sit in.
Okay, this should go on here. If I cut it right, it'll go right on. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
I'm a happy camper.
Happy
Okay,
days.
now we just gotta put our door on.
And the
And
door.
then I've got a route. I get a router and I gotta route this edge down. On both the front and back edges.
Yeah, you're not using a super big one. This is the door.
Oh, shoot, where's my drill? You know, we have to go out the house and the drill.
Yep. And this has this cover. I'm trying to do this. This cover goes on this hole until he moves the bees. And when he moves the bees, takes it off and he covers this up because this is where they go in and out of the swarm. And this is a prototype that I call him Illinois Jason, but it's Illinois Carrion.
Canarum.
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 And it's we asked him to make some for our trap bee boxes because we'll probably have some more, and Jerry's in a bee club, so they probably would like to see some too. But anyway, that's our next step. Okay, we just put in the grooves that the
Let's check to see the frames.
frames fit in the box. He didn't have the right size router, so we had to run down to Lowe's and get that today. So we're actually in our second day of build.
Uh-oh. My box is short. Bummer. It's deep. No, yeah, it's close. So I'm gonna have to route out more.
On each end to...
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Okay.
So to make it fit right, we're going to chisel it. And what we discussed off camera was that the board we used for the new trap box is 3/4 inch wide, whereas the one we used for the measurements, overall measurements, is a 1/2 inch. So he's come up with a solution, and that's going to be to chisel out. So we fixed the frame holder piece.
Yep.
On each side. We've got 6 frames in here. That is what you normally do. We have to give enough room for the bees to go up and down.
Okay, so there is that. Now what we're gonna do is paint it, right? No, cut the hole.
We have to
drill a hole.
Drill the hole. We could paint it, and one of us could be looking for the...
Right.
Okay, we painted the box, and we get our paint that are mistakes people make on their coloration from either Lowe's or Walmart. He's got a gallon right now, and it's sort of this cream color. So the outside is all painted, and then he's going to treat the inside with a mixture he has. It's tree sap and
this is... you see that?
yeah.
Okay, this is a 70% alcohol and something else with the propolis mix. So propolis is what you take bee sap out of the trees. Takes tree sap out of the trees, and they make it's like a sticky glue, and they put this in places where there's air leaks or holes or
gas.
Or they like to use it as glue and glue stuff together.
So you actually paint the inside of it.
I'm gonna make that the inside. It's also attractive to them. It makes them feel more at home, like chocolate chip cookies do to people.
That warm, homey feeling.
Yep.
So the last thing we have, besides doing the inside, but we have to wait for the outside to dry. But the last thing we have is
take the propolis and I'm gonna drill it. Drill the hole.
okay.
Okay. A piece of wood stuck in here. There's the hole.
That's the plug that we pulled out. And then here's the finished piece right here, opening right there. So now all we have left to do is let the paint dry and put the
door on, which I'm going to do here shortly.
The door, which is, explain the door.
This is the door. It's 3 inch. 3 inch. It's 3D, and this is the when you after you get your trap. This you put the lemongrass or something here for attractant. You put this on here temporarily. After the bees go in there and you're ready to move them, you just take this down here and you screw it on. And then you can move the box, and you don't have to worry about bees getting out and getting pissed and stinging in and everything else.
Yeah, and let me tell you, bees can get pretty sassy.
Yeah, we had sassy ones last night.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the propolis.
Yep, propolis that helps attract the bees.
And it smells like alcohol. Does it preserve the wood at all, or it's just
No, well, it kind of does, but the inside, the bees are gonna climb all over it and put their stuff, their tiny little paws all over it anyways.
Yeah.
You know, so that ends up sealing it all too.
Okay.
It's a little off, but it'll be all right. See? Look at the inside.
There you go. Housekeeping's been here. Our lemongrass is growing really good.
Yeah, I put these lemongrass on there.
And so's the lemon
Okay,
balm.
so. Geez, so close, huh? Okay, so the box is made, and we just have to let the finish paint dry. We need to cut a piece of tarp that's on there on the patio. We can use that piece on patio.
Okay.
All right, put that on there, and we put the lid on there. Now, the lid does not have any metal on it, so I'm going to have to seal it with something so the rain doesn't soak through it. It's gonna get rained on.
Oh, maybe we have a piece of roofing tin around that we can use temporarily until you get what you want exactly.
I got a sheet of metal someplace. I think it's down in a barn. I think it's a big sheet of metal I can use, but I got to do something because it's raining right now, and we don't want the top getting wet and swelling and getting stuck on there and everything else. Oop, a little bit of thunder.
A little bit of thunder rolling.
All right. So the next thing is
moving it out.
Move it out and also put your open sign.
Yes.
Okay.
We would like to thank you all for watching our video. We had fun doing it to a certain extent. We were a little disorganized in where all of our tools were and what we were going to make it out of and all that good stuff, but it turned out pretty good. He's got the frames in here. It's been routed if you remember. We still have, we can use it as is, but he wants to put a metal piece on top. So in closing, hope you all watch all the videos. Here is our Airbnb, and check out be sure and watch all the other videos, and we'll see you on July 2nd. As always, have a great day, and thank you from Jerry, Robert, Susan at Butler Family Farm.